Ladies and gentlemen, I'm returning with a series that I was supposed to finish like a month and a half ago. But since I haven't posted a video from this four-part series since December 1st, it was supposed to be a series anyways. This is my final which Soviet heavy premium tier 8 tank is best for you. I screwed up the title, but I don't really care. And it's a four-part series because I don't own the KV5, nor do I want to own a KV5. Just how it rolls. So, this is on the okay, I'm not going to say the best Soviet tier 8 heavy tank because, arguably it's not, but my favorite of the four that I own and the four that are actually worth getting. And it is, of course, the IS-3 Defender, my first tier 8 premium tank in the game. This tank has actually been available for 3 times now, I think, or twice. Because technically it wasn't actually available in the Blitz Fair 2017 and 18. So it's only been available twice. Once in March of 2016, where the first event where you could get this tank, you could either pay 10,000 gold or you could earn 750,000 experience. And back then, I got the 750,000 experience. It took me 9 days playing 70 to 100 battles a day. Yep. And this was before I had any tier 10s. In fact, that event allowed me to research both the IS-7 and the FE422, which are my first two tier 10s. I regret the latter being my first tier 10 medium tank. But yeah, this was the first high tier auto loading heavy tank, first high tier auto loading premium tank, first auto-loading premium heavy tank. In fact, I believe it's the only auto-loading premium heavy tank. Yeah. And it's the only auto-loading 122 gun, 122 millimeter gun in the game, and that's what makes it unique. Of course, being the first of that many things, it wasn't exactly a true autoloader. It has 7.5 seconds between shells, so you're taking 15 seconds to do 1200 damage, which is really good burst damage at the time, because an IS-3 at that time would have like an 11-second reload, so you'd take 33 seconds to do the same damage, or 22 seconds to do the same damage since you're loaded first. But this thing could do it in 15, so that was better. However, an IS-3 can get off 3 shots in like 33 seconds back then, and this thing would take, if you're doing the full reload for 3 shells, it'll take you 40 seconds. Mine, of course, will take me 37.5 seconds, but that's just mine. It, of course, is a Soviet gun, so accuracy and aim time are leave much to be required. Much to be... What am I trying to say? I don't even know. Whatever. But yeah, this thing has 221 millimeters of penetration with standard APCR rounds, just like all the other Soviet tier 8 premium heavy tanks. The IS-3 has 225, so there's a bit of difference there, but it has AP. This thing has APCR. AP is arguably better. And then heat, this thing goes to whatever it is, 270. This was the first tank in the game to have this gun. And then Wargaming decided this tank was too overpowered, and so they nerfed it by giving the KV5 and IS-6 this gun. And then the IS-3 Sage came along with the same gun, and the IS-5 came along with the same gun. Except for the IS-5 has horrible accuracy. IS-2 Sage is probably best out of the bunch, but whatever. And then armor. This thing actually has some thicker plates of armor, like right here on either side of the pike, which are not modeled. And when it went first into the game, the armor model was incorrect, and it showed that you could actually pen these, and so many people bounced off them. And I mean, nowadays you don't get as many bounces as you used to in the good old days. Another thing that made this tank really nice is the fact that, unlike the IS-3, its turret is not wall penable. So basically, the old IS-3 model, and to some extent the new IS-3 model, the entire top of the turret could just get dominated by anything with like a 90 millimeter at pretty much any angle. So it was ridiculous. In fact, comet guns, if the tank was pitched slightly down, could go through. It was horrific. You could not go hold down in the IS-3. Unlike this thing, you can actually pen the turret on this thing. but it requires you to hit right above the gun. That tiny little gap right there. Yeah, good luck with that. And then there was a patch where they actually had the turret for some reason was elevated off the hull, and so this weird gap where you could shoot pen, and it was really ridiculous and frustrating. And then there's other patches where bugs like if you didn't fire, if you reloaded your clip while you were reloading a shell from the previous clip, you would double reload, so you'd have a 50-second clip reload. It was ridiculous and frustrating. But that's wargaming for you. Anyways, enough babbling. Let's play. Um, I have 1900 and like 4 games in this tank. This is my favorite tank in the game. This is my most played tank in the game, and I haven't played it much recently, but that doesn't mean anything. It's just I have had other tanks to play. And I mean, currently I played the FE215B 183 probably a lot more than I should, but it's just so much fun to melt health away from tanks, to take 1300 to even up to 1625 or 1615, whatever, off a tank with one shot. I've never actually seen that happen, but I've come close, like 1600 rolls. And then, you can ammo things with the Death Star, but this video is not about the Death Star, so let's get on to it. Anyways, so we just finally finished reloading a clip. 7.5 seconds makes the auto-loading function of this tank kind of meh. But when this tank is top tier, which it currently is not, and it faces tier 7s, it is such a bully. Yeah, it's just crazy. And for a tank that I have so many battles in, no, I do not have a Rezene or a Zenai or a Raisin in it. Unfortunately, I believe I've got like 6 Kolobanovs? I don't remember. I have a few medals in this tank, just a few. I can remember the first time I aced it, it was like 3,800 damage and 5 kills. That was when I had like, I'd say 150 battles. This tank was never super easy to ace. Well, actually it was, but that's when before people, realized how OP it was. And if you missed out on the chance on getting this tank, like one of my friends, he was asking for advice on whether to just free XP his way to the STB-1 or to get this tank, and some of his less than bright friends decided to tell him to get the STB-1. This was in the STB-1 was like 3 months old, so it was really new, and not that many people had it, but it is a stupid decision. If you have a choice between a tier 10 tank and a tier 8 premium tank that you don't know will be sold again, and if it's gonna go up in price, get the premium tank. Yeah, it's just friendly advice there, and it's only was 10,000 gold is how much money is 10,000 gold? I don't even remember, but yeah. I should say that when I ground that event out 750,000 XP to get this tank, I was not running premium time. This was before I spent any money on the game, so it was different. Right now, I play with premium time almost all the time, constantly, just never without premium time, because it is so useful if you're grinding credits or grinding tanks, which I don't grind tanks anymore because I have them all, because I'm a genius. Wait, we got a kamikaze medal. I have not gotten one of those in a long time. Credit coefficient isn't bad. We did make 82,000, but that was with 34,000 for the mission, so you do the math there, and you only I'm trying to do math in my head right now while speaking. You would make something like 48,000, so that's not bad. 50,000 for doing how much damage? 1,600 isn't bad. Of course, a lot of that was because we were in Supremacy and we got a lot of victory points. But let's keep going. I mentioned earlier that I thought the IS-3 had the best gun. I think I went into this on the video I did on it, but I think it does have the best gun because it has the best rate of fire. Or, well, it has the joint best with the IS-5. But what the IS-5 doesn't have is the gun stats, soft gun stats, like aim time and dispersion, that the IS-2H has. The IS-2H has the peak aim time and accuracy, which is, I think, the aim time is actually slightly worse than this tank, but the accuracy is the same or better, and it's the exact same as the IS-6. But okay, what are we doing, people? But it has that DPM that this tank doesn't have. The IS-6 doesn't have, unless you're using the top gun, or not the top gun, the original gun with the AP, but you lose 50 millimeters penetration, near about 46 is the exact number that you lose, and that is unacceptable. I'll take reliability over DPM in most cases, unless the DPM is absolutely crazy. Like when the BDR first released, 3200 DPM, I thought that was better than having the 90 mil and having that just a little bit extra pen. I miss the days of the BDR being able to have the same DPM as an E25, but that was before 3.8. It was actually before 3.8. Wow. And now, you know, E25 in Comet only has 3000 DPM. What a shame. But that's neither here nor there. Where was I going with this? So yeah, IS-2SH, best Soviet Tier 8 premium heavy tank gun. Just hands down, just because of a bunch of factors. This thing I would say would be the best if it had like 4 seconds or 4 or 5 seconds between shots. That would actually really benefit this tank like crazily. Because you wouldn't just be sitting there like this, getting shot. Yes, you managed to go through that. That 90mm in the AMX M445 and AOL44 is an amazing gun. A lot of people use the 105 on those tanks, and I was just, when I saw the 105 stats compared to the 90s, I was like, no. I mean, the 105 you don't have to sit in front of the enemy to deal your damage, but you lose like 40mm penetration. Once again, I'm off on a random tangent about a tank I'm not even playing. But yeah, I never aced the M4. I was so mad because I had this game where it would have been a club Bandoms if I had 2 seconds more to cap out. But unfortunately, I didn't have those 2 seconds to cap out. Okay, and that is Soviet accuracy, really. If I had been in like a Lurker or Tiger, I would most likely have hit and penned. Ram, no, okay. But yeah, I'm getting the Supremacy cap points, victory points from capping A. And I have 1 kill, so this is actually a really good match. Here's a tip. If you're looking to ace tanks, and they're above tier 5, because tier 5 you don't actually get into Supremacy unless you're bottom tier, just play Supremacy. Supremacy gives you more XP than just encounter. And that's the deciding factor in getting aces. We made less credits this game, but that's because we didn't complete a mission, and we did almost 3k. And we didn't get the most on the team because this mutant experimental stole a bunch of kills, but whatever. Yeah. And we traveled a kilometer. And let's play one more battle. I really enjoy this tank. I love it to death. I've not played it a lot recently. That's because... Did I just mention this? It's just because, you know, you sometimes want to play a certain tank and sometimes you don't. Plus, after playing 1900 battles in a tank, it can get a bit boring, I'll admit. And I'm usually extremely stubborn or patient, or however you want to put it. Yes, someone who literally ground every tank line out in the game. I may have skipped over like the tier 2 to 4 tanks in a line, but pretty much I ground XP out on every single tank in the game. And that would be subtracting the EZ8, which I didn't play. The M6, which I only played recently and played like 2 battles in. It's not a good tank. The KV-13, which is a tank you don't need to play. The Church Gun Carrier, because it is also, once again, a tank you don't need to play, and it is horrible, even though it's getting buffed. Hooray! It is buffed. It's so buffed. It is getting 130 millimeters on the front of the tank. And this is stupid, because this guy is apparently able to pen every single shot into me. I'm like, I think I'm hold down here. But no, apparently I'm not. And apparently his tank can, like, pen all the shots. That was kind of stupid. Yeah, that is something that's incredibly frustrating when it happens. Because you know this tank can bounce shells, especially from a 5100, but it just doesn't. There we go. Come on, I want a 3-put a shot into him. Die. And yeah, eventually we did get more damage out on him than he got out on us, but it took a while. And now we are flanked. I'm gonna just go park myself behind this rock, because that Leopard PTA can, like, pretty much lull pen me. Yes, I am here. And now that you've let me reload, nice and kind of you, I can probably kill you. But I mean, he could probably kill me with 2 shots because 350 alpha. I'm on 700, so I don't know if I want to risk it. But let's see who's gonna be looking up at me. Yag Tiger, tank with the highest DPM in the game. Yes. No. Come on. Someone else. And like most Soviet tanks, gun depression is not this thing's strong suit. Yes, Soviet side armor is so frustrating. And we've lost another guy. Come ram me. I don't care anymore. I'm dead. Yeah. 6 shots fired, 5 hits. 4 hits. 5 hits, actually. 4 penetrations. They could just rush him right now. This is a downside to Supremacy. This guy could potentially pull it off if he was in Supremacy, but now they're just gonna, like, sit there and let him... Oh, kill him. Yay! Who's next? He can literally one-shot both of these guys, so it's kind of hilarious. And here comes a PTA who underestimates the reload of the 49 at 95 and dies. Okay, I overestimated the 95's mobility. And yeah. 1600 damage. Made 22,000. This thing's credit coefficient isn't great. T49, Yag Panther 2, and IS-5, you are all useless. MO3, you should be doing a lot more damage than that. And then you two, yay. You did, yeah. And I just took a lot of damage from this 5100 right at the beginning. He penned every single shot into me. I did not bounce a single shot that game, and it was so frustrating. But I'm ending this video here. This is my beloved IS-3 Defender, my favorite tank of the game, and yeah, I want to know what your opinion on this tank is. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why? I personally love it, unless I'm in a stock tier 7 tank, then I hate it. But that's just, you know, karma. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did and you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Just smack it upside the head. And comment down below what your opinion of this tank is, and that you're glad that the series is over, because I am. I mean, it should have been over a while ago. I'm just lazy. That's the excuse. And if you want me to upload more frequently, let me know. The largest deterrent to me uploading more frequently is the fact that it takes forever and a half to upload and to edit together videos, so I've just been avoiding doing that. This is why all these videos have been in one take, in case you haven't noticed that. But yeah, anyways, I'll just say, see y'all, have fun, stay safe, and kill everyone, and bye.